the Investor's Way, and welcome to Woody's Weekly Wisdom, episode number 58. And we're looking today, there was a plethora of things that I could have looked at today, and I wanted to stay away from the things that have been coming up week after week after week. I'll talk about them in a minute, but this headline, Brisbane property prices rising faster than expected in 2024. So I thought it's been a while since we've had a chat on a Weekly Wisdom about the property market. So here's a headline that Brisbane's rising faster than expected. So that's a pretty good news story, and certainly better than, like I said, there was a lot of options out there where we're hearing today that inflation is still a little bit out of control, and the Reserve Bank has come out and said that the next move with interest rates could be higher, and it could be 2 more times this year. So that is a very significant turnaround from where they have been in recent times, and I think they're trying to get ahead of it a little bit and scare people into pulling in their spending. Not that I think, as you know, if you've listened to this Weekly Wisdom series for long enough, you'll know that I don't believe that it's us that is causing the problem with our spending. I think most households have definitely reined in their spending. I've been speaking to lots of people, as you can well imagine, and I'm hearing, particularly from clients who are in the food and beverage industry, they're telling me that people are spending less. They might all still be going out to restaurants, so it might look like they're busy, and they are, but people are spending less on average than what they were 6 and 12 months ago. So the interest rates are certainly impacting the households, but this continual self-fulfilling prophecy of rising interest rates to stop us from spending, and then hoping that it will impact and reduce inflation, is just a fool's game. And we've seen that many, many times. So that's another rant, pardon me, one that I've done many times on these Weekly Wisdoms. But let's have a look at Brisbane. Its property market rising faster than expected, which is great news. And if you've got a property in Brisbane, then good for you. These numbers are going to make a lot of sense. And I guess the main reason why this one caught my attention this week was it reinforced something that happened for my property portfolio this week, where I got a text message from a real estate agent in Brisbane, from a location where I have an investment, and they were telling me all about a property that they had sold for a significant amount more than what my property is, or last I looked at it, was valued at. And they're very similar properties. So I thought that's interesting. It was almost a $100,000 additional amount. So they were hoping that I would put my property on the market, which won't be happening. But it was just interesting that it reinforced what this article is saying, and that is that the Brisbane market is still reasonably hot. And basically there's a report come out having a look at the Brisbane market, and just saying that they've increased expectations for the 2024 Brisbane market by a full 1%. And so if I scroll down, you'll see that here, that they're now saying growth of 4 to 7%, whereas previously it was 3 to 6% for the annual rise. So that's really good for those people that are in that market. For those people trying to get into that market, it's obviously going to make it harder. And I think that's, again, one of the things we're seeing in terms of where are people able to invest at the moment or buy to live. And certainly if you're in the investing market, it is pretty hard to get something in any market at the moment, because they are moving very quickly, particularly in Western Australia, South Australia. And so to see Brisbane also rising so rapidly, that is why we're seeing people struggle to get in to good properties in these markets. But the main thing driving the prices is it comes back to supply and demand. Everything always does. It always comes back to supply and demand. And this article is suggesting that the affordability obviously is an issue, but it's being driven by the fact, I'm just trying to scroll far enough down to see if we've got it. I must have gone past it, but it was basically saying that people were expecting more properties to come onto the market, and it hasn't necessarily kept happening at the rate that they thought in terms of new supply. So there we go, a number of properties coming to the market, and there's a fear of missing out, so people are paying a little bit more, and getting in. And then they're saying here that with more properties, if there could be more properties coming on, that might slow the price growth down a little bit. But with all the things going on in Brisbane, it's still a strong market. There are some factors to think about up there that we're seeing on the data, and if you're one of my clients, you'll know what we talk about when it comes to the data points. And one of the key data points is the crime rate. And Queensland certainly in certain areas has a problem when those scores come back. They're a score out of 100, and unfortunately there's a lot of the Queensland properties that we're seeing that are getting a high score. And so that is making investing decisions a little bit harder for those regions, because we don't necessarily want to be in an area of high crime. But Brisbane doing very, very well. There was another article right next to this one about the Melbourne market and how it's seeing an average $55,000 jump in prices in terms of median prices. So I guess what that's telling us is that despite all of the rise in interest rates, we're still seeing some growth in the property market. And that's great, because we're seeing it elsewhere as well in the share market. We're even seeing it in the gold price. So we're despite all the doom and gloom that might be out there in the media, there is still a lot of good stuff happening if you're an investor. And if I was going to put a sales pitch on these videos, ultimately what we're trying to do is encourage you to enhance your financial literacy and become an investor so that you can secure your financial future. And if you're interested to find out how we do that, feel free to reach out. Click on any of the links that will get you into our world, or send us a message, and we'll happily talk to you about how we help people understand and plan to grow their wealth. And again, from this article, the main thing to take from it is that the property market is still doing well. And if you have affordability and serviceability, then there's no reason why we should not be investing in this market. And it's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. It's a very common thing that I say, and that you will hear in investing markets. We're not about trying to pick the market. Nobody really can. In fact, most of the time when we're looking at these articles, it's people, adjusting their projections up or down, like in this case here, going up 1 full percent from what they were saying previously. It's basically because people can't really pick the market. And even if you look at this forecast, a 4% rate versus a 7% increase, that's quite a significant jump. That's almost a 75% increase from the low to the high. So, it's obviously a lot easier to be right when you give yourself so much range to be right. But I guess the point here is to say that nobody can predict the future, and we just need to follow history and the knowledge that investing markets continue to perform well over the long term. And that's what we are, long-term investors. We're setting ourselves up for retirement. And the best way to do that is to be a long-term investor. Get in and let the market do its thing. So we're hopeful that interest rates won't continue to rise, and that the economy will find another way to bring inflation under control, and we can see that interest rates stabilize, or at least fall, rather than keep getting these shocks about rates rising and putting households into more and more financial stress. But a good thing at these rates, if it is still rising at these rates, it means if they were to come down a little bit, we'll see even more increases. And maybe that is why there's some fear being put into the market to just slow everybody down a little bit, so that they can bite into that inflation number a little bit more, and just settle things down a bit. So that's this week's Weekly Wisdom, episode number 58. And as always, do us a favour, if you're watching on YouTube, click the notification little bell and hit the subscribe button to know when these are coming out. And if you're watching on Facebook or LinkedIn, give us a like, a comment, and a share. And if you can do that, if you can do all three, that's fantastic. If you do nothing else, just give us a thumbs up as a comment or something like that, just to say you're enjoying what we're putting out. and let's get more and more people hearing and listening to how to interpret the news so that it can help you with your investing decisions. And I think this article really is just saying that the property market is still doing fairly well. And in fact, it's doing so well that they're revising forecasts on the upward direction in Brisbane. And even though this article wasn't about Melbourne, I can tell you they're doing it there as well, despite all the other news today being about interest rates and the shock that might be coming in that space. So that's this week's Weekly Wisdom. Have a great week. We'll see you again next week. Cheers.